Hey, what's going on, guys, gals? Welcome back to the channel. And for tonight's live stream, I definitely do have a major PSA for you guys. So this is basically something I'm going to be doing. If I happen to find something out here on the channel, guys, or not here on the channel, but if I happen to find something out off camera, I will definitely let you guys know. So for tonight's live stream, guys, this is a very urgent PSA for you guys. Um, make sure that everybody is in really good health. Um, but first and foremost, before we get started in on this, I definitely do want to thank you guys for all the views. And I definitely do want to thank you guys again for being a part of the channel. Huge shout out to my moderators. Also, huge shout out to my viewers. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to jump into the chats or feel free to leave a comment down below in the comment section. And just to let you guys know, my chats are in fact open. If you'd like to join in, you guys are more than welcome to. Please keep everything professional because negativity will not be tolerated on this channel at any given time. So with that being said, I definitely do want to thank you guys again for your understanding and so forth. And if you guys are wondering if I do have my coffee, I got coffee here and I got just a little bit here. So anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and dive on into tonight's live stream. As most of you guys may or may not know, um, I had just come across this news thing itself. Matter of fact, let me get this website pulled up for you guys. I found this on Apple News, guys. So if you guys would like to know more about this, I have a link in the description down below. You guys can check that out at any given time. This is basically why they're talking about strokes. That's because it's could be due to the fact that it could be stress related, or it could also be something that involves your diet. So make sure that you guys are actually maintaining a good, healthy, steady diet. If you guys are not doing so, I definitely encourage you guys to do that. Let's try to get this information out there. Let's try to share this information as much as possible. Let's help try to spread awareness. And so therefore everybody can maintain a good, healthy, steady life. So this is the reason why I do this, guys, is to make sure that everybody maintains a good, healthy life. And not only that, but also trying to help save as many lives as I possibly can. I do this because I definitely do feel the urge that this needs to get out there to people who don't know about what's going on, guys. So this is definitely one of the reasons why I do the PSAs. So anyway, I digress. Moving on to the next topic. Also, that's pretty much all the information I have right now on that. Strokes on the rise. But there could be a possibility I may have misinterpreted exactly what may have been said. So if my information is not exactly 110%, my apologies in advance. So this was kind of a last moment thing. I just kind of had to get everything in order and had to get everything set up for this live stream. So if you guys would like to participate in the chats, you guys are more than welcome to. Chats are open for everyone who would like to join in. Please be respectful to myself, my moderators, and all my other viewers. But then again, you guys already know the drill. Anyway, it is what it is. So I definitely do want to apologize about Thursday's night's live stream, guys. My stream did get kind of cut short because of connection issues with my internet. So just thought I would get that out there. So anyway, how's everybody's weekend going so far? And let's see, I don't see anybody here in the chats just yet. So anyway, I was going to add more titles to my, or add more stuff to my titles, but I think that's probably one of the reasons why my internet was kind of, it could be in relation to that. I don't know. I'll try to figure that out, troubleshoot it, and go from there later. Anyway, guys, um, I don't have any gaming news or updates at this time, so I will definitely be looking into certain games and so forth. If you guys are wanting to check out different games on Steam, if you guys would like to check out different games on Epic Games or even Game Pass. So probably sometime next year, guys. I do believe that Steam will be made available for console. That will be for the Xbox S, Xbox X series, and the newer two Xbox systems that should be coming out sometime next year. There is no set date. There is no set time or any of that. So if anybody's basically giving you a set date, a set time, that's clickbait news, guys. So there's probably a lot of people that do certain things to gain clout for their content. I'm not one of those guys. So I'm just going to be as direct as I possibly can. So NVIDIA, they have made their announcement already about their new AI chip that they're going to be coming out with for, I don't know if it's going to be for PC. I'm pretty sure it is, but then again, it could be also for console. So I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens from here on out. So Microsoft, I don't know what the deal with them. I don't know what the deal is going on with them, but they did say something about Steam was supposed to be coming to console. So I'm definitely going to have to take a look into that and check everything out. And hopefully I can get that information out here to you guys as quickly as I possibly can. So when I receive certain type of information, I do try to bring this onto my channel. So if you guys are interested in learning more about certain things, let's get a hashtag in the chats, learning. So if not, I will probably be picking different topics and different things to blog about. So hopefully everybody on here can pretty much get an idea of what's going on. And if you guys are new to the channel and haven't yet got a chance to get subscribed, go ahead and get subscribed for more content. Be sure to press that wonderful bell notifications. Make sure to turn on all those wonderful bell notifications, by the way, guys. That does actually go to help support the channel, and I definitely would appreciate that if you guys could actually do that as well. So yeah, if you've seen some of my videos from the past, from earlier on, if there's something that was very helpful to you guys, be sure to hit that thumbs up, smash that heart button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and get subscribed for more content and become a channel member. And I would say become a channel member, but I'm obviously not monetized just yet. So I'm definitely looking forward to moving forward to hopefully getting to becoming monetized. So therefore, I can actually start getting merch and stuff out here for everyone. who would like to buy merch. Anyway. And today I'm also going to be showing you guys another tip for iOS. This is basically for, I do believe it may be for the iPhone 13s, iPhone 14s, 16s, and more iPhones to come. So anyway, guys, if you have your screen right here, you can also, oh, it's this here. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. That little line up there at the top, right below your network. You guys can swipe down on that, and you can also power off your device. There's that wonderful power button right there, guys. You guys can actually use that to just press and hold, and you can also use that to swipe over. Or if you have pressed that by mistake, just come down here, press the X. That basically takes you back to your keypad. Once you enter in your code, you can unlock your phone. So hopefully that information right there does in fact help you guys out. I definitely do like to try to bring helpful tips and so forth to the channel. So if you guys are not informed of what's going on just yet, I will definitely do my best to make sure that I try to get all that information out there to you guys. So therefore you'll be able to put that to good use. So again, guys, if you do have questions, comments, or concerns about anything specifically, let me know in the chats or feel free to drop a comment down below. But with that being said, excuse me, guys. So that's definitely one thing that I did want to bring out here to you guys as well. Sometime in September, there's going to be a major iOS update for the newer devices like iOS. For iPhone 17s, I do believe they are going to be coming out with iOS 26. So there's going to be a major update with that. So if you guys do, in fact, if you guys do download that update, that could be a little bit more time consistent. I don't know. I can't say 110% sure on that because I really have no idea. So just be aware of that, guys. So sometime in September or sometime later this month, I'm sorry. This is September. Oops. Well, speaking of updates, I'm going to go ahead and check my device for any updates. So right now, guys, if you guys do have an iPhone, if you're not running iOS 18.6.2, I definitely encourage you guys to update your system, to update your software. Because that right there will improve on some of the security and so forth. But just be careful if you do get scams and if you do get scam calls and stuff like that. There is a way to silence those. There is a way to disable those. I've already showed you guys how to do that on my last live stream. So in case you guys have not got a chance to check that out, just go into your settings and type in the word silence unknown callers. It should give you either the FaceTime. It should give you two options: FaceTime and phone call. So if you go down to the phone icon, click on that one. And if you see that the rocker is green, or if it's not green, go ahead and turn that on. And therefore, that will silence all unknown callers. But if you're looking to do the same, but if you're wanting to reverse that and to be able to turn that on, or turn it on, but if you sorry, mistakes were made, guys. So if you're wanting to disable that, you guys can go back in, do the same thing, but just kind of reverse the same steps. Click on that. Make sure that that green rocker bar is turned off. So once that flips back over to the right, or not the right, once it turns back over to, no, sorry, let me rephrase this. Once you tap on that and that button goes to the left and that green indicator is no longer on, that means that that system has been disabled. So then you guys can actually get phone calls from different people, that different unknown callers. I will definitely put it that way, guys. So always be sure to keep yourself safe. Always try to keep your devices updated as much as you possibly can. Sometimes when you do an update like that, what that does is you may notice that it may kind of bog down a little bit of your performance, but over a period of time, some of that stuff will smooth itself out. But it's nothing to write home about, like per se. I've noticed shortly after a few updates, I wasn't able to kind of swipe like this. But over a period of time, a lot of that stuff will eventually work its way through and you'll be able to fast swipe. But another way I can show you guys how to fast swipe as well. Oops. You guys can use this little thing down here. There's like 3 dots. You guys can swipe that either left or right, and that will actually help you guys switch between pages. So if you guys are opening apps and stuff like that, or whatever you want to do, you can pretty much do that just with one finger alone or a thumb or whichever you prefer. Everybody else has got a different preference for something. Some people's got different preferences for different things. But if that's their thing, so be it. Anyway, guys, like I said, I hope that this does, in fact, and I hope this does help you guys out immensely. Um, and also, if you guys are on PC, if you're on game consoles and stuff like that, always make sure that your systems are in fact up to date. So therefore, if something new does come out, you guys aren't pretty much stuck out in the dark and left in suspense. So today's just been one of those days for me, guys. I definitely do want to apologize if I'm not on top of my A game today. That's because there's been some things that's kind of happened as of yesterday and still kind of with me today, but I'm not going to let that bother me. But always make sure that you keep your devices up to date, guys. That's important. Some things it's definitely good to check to make sure that there's certain updates you got to there's certain update. I do suggest if you do certain updates, make sure that you check out the transcript before you update, because once you update that and the update goes through, that transcript will no longer be made available. So always check your transcripts and make sure that you know exactly what it is that you're looking for. So usually when they do iOS updates for iPhones, what that does, they're claiming that could actually be bug fixes and so forth. But just note for the record, guys, I don't know if you know this or not, but there has been episodes where Apple has been purposely slowing down their devices and actually got themselves into a lot of trouble for that. So hopefully with the next couple updates and so forth, we can see some major improvements with certain things. Like if you go to like if you go to press your speaker icon or just use like talk to text, it'll only type in like one word and bam, your voice text will shut off. But you gotta press it again and go through all that. Hopefully that bug fix right there. Hopefully they can fix that with the next patch note, or next not patch note, but the next update, guys. Siri, from what I'm understanding, may possibly be getting an update as well, possibly even a major overhaul. So I don't know. I guess, like I said, I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens from here on out. So I'm thinking the date on that could be possibly September 27th or September 28th, somewhere within that time frame, guys. I could be wrong on those dates, but I will definitely check that out, and I will get more information out to you as soon as I receive that. So that is something that I'm definitely I'm definitely doing a lot of this for you guys. So if you are in fact looking to update your devices, you're not sure how to do that because you just got your first iPhone, I'm gonna make a video on that when I have a next available update for my software for my iOS. So therefore, just follow the steps that I provide, and hopefully that will get you guys up and going. So there are different features also with iPhones as well. If you're looking for a place of business like in a different state, you can actually use your Google Maps and go right directly to that source and get that exact phone number, and you can actually call that company from there on out. So say for instance, if you have like a rent a center or something, you from one state, you forgot the phone number, as long as you type in the area, it'll actually go directly to that pinpoint location. Just type in, or just go and just basically press on that little icon right there for that business, and it should pop up their phone number. Get you a screenshot of that. You can add that into your contacts and so forth. So if you guys do have questions about anything relating to iOS or PC, let's get a comment. Let's comment over here in the chats. Let's light these chats up, guys, because there's a lot of stuff that I can actually show you that most of you guys may already know this, but for those of you who don't know, I can show you certain things on here. So the more you know, the more you grow. And a person is never too old for an education. So there you have it, guys. Hopefully that does help you guys out immensely. And if there's some things that I can help you with here on the channel, guys, let me know over here in the chats or put a comment down below. And at the end of this live stream, I will definitely be checking everybody's questions. And if you've already asked me a question on my last live stream and I did not reply back to you guys, I had a lot going on that day. So I will definitely be checking everybody's comments at the end of this live stream. So if I haven't replied back to you guys yet, that doesn't mean that I'm ignoring you. That just means I haven't got to your question just yet. So just bear with me and we'll get through all this. And that's the only thing I ask. And I definitely do want to thank you guys again for your understanding on that behalf as well. So, um, and Tuesday's night live stream, guys, when Tuesday does roll around, hopefully I'll have everything out, have everything rolled out topic wise, and hopefully I can start making a lot more improvements because I definitely would like to try to get as many views on these live streams as I possibly can. Like I said, guys, that right there does go to help support the channel. And I do greatly want to thank you guys for all the wonderful views. You guys are awesome. You guys rock. So let's keep up the good work, guys. Oh, excuse me. Not bad manners, just damn good coffee. Let's keep up the good work. Let's continue to push forward. And we're not too far away from hitting that 200 video mark, guys. So if you definitely would like to see more content like this and a lot better content, let me know in the chats or let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on that. Let's try to keep everything appropriate, though. So today's live stream looks like it's actually doing rather well. So hopefully I don't have any technical issues, but if I do, guys, and if this live stream does get cut short, I will be back again on Tuesday. So I will let you guys know what's going on. Thursday's night live stream, I actually had to retrieve that. I kind of had to restart my computer, go back in and reconnect my internet and so forth. So in case you guys were wondering exactly what was going on with Thursday's night's live stream, that was one of the major issues. I did in fact get that resolved, hopefully, for the time being. I had to go back in and kind of sign out of my internet connection, had to sign myself back in, all this, that, and the other. Sometimes I guess that's to be expected, but it doesn't really help matters, especially when you got a computer that just pretty much does what it wants to do and doesn't want to cooperate. So there are some things I'm going to be doing at the end of this live stream, guys. I'm definitely going to be going back in and checking for error messages and so forth. I'm going to be scanning my hard drive. I'm probably going to end up running a full scale antivirus software scan. So um, if you guys would like to know how to do that, I can definitely show you. I'm going to have to make a recording of this, but I'm going to basically explain to you guys exactly how to do this. So then therefore, if you guys don't know much about computers, hopefully I can pretty much walk you through the steps and go from there. As a lot of you guys already know, that I am a former IT support specialist. When I was going to college, I was actually taking an IT course, but evidently they put me in the wrong class. Yeah, it's true, guys. They put me in the wrong class because I was basically wanting to getting a chance to rebuilding computers, reprogramming them, rebuilding them, so forth. Because I was kind of hoping to build my own PC from the ground up. If you guys are looking for motherboards, you guys could actually use the ATX motherboards. You can also use the ITX. Motherboards. But first thing is first, always check your power connections, guys. If you have a 21 pin power connector, if you have a 24 pin power connector, make sure that it's compatible, and make sure that when you go to connect it, be sure that you don't force everything together, because it's very simple to bend some of those pins that may come in contact with the contact plates. But if you bend one of those pins, you may have just put an end to your computer. So just be careful of what you're doing. Always pay attention to detail. Always pay attention to detail. If there's something that you're not familiar with, you guys can also look up different videos on YouTube that can show you exactly how to do that. So there's a right way to get your cords and stuff that's inside your tower. If you have a gaming system, there's a right way to do it and there's a wrong way to do it. Just remember how you took it apart and put it back together the exact same way. Put your wires exactly in the same slots they were in before. And just use the ties inside of there to kind of tie them off. So you would definitely want to keep all your cables and stuff inside of your computer nice and neat. You don't want to do a sloppy job because you can always pinch, or it's always possible that you can pinch a cable. It's possible that you can get it snagged on something. That's why they have those ties inside of the towers, guys. So it's always important to keep your cords and your cables exactly properly aligned. Check it at the end when you go to button things up. Make sure that you check all your cables. Make sure everything is not being pinched, or make sure it's not being snagged, or what the case may be consisting of. So if you're not sure exactly how to do something with a computer, like replacing a part or so forth, it's always good to get in touch with someone who does. So there you go, guys. It's always good to get in contact with someone who knows how to do certain things, like replacing computer parts. They can show you exactly how to do that. Follow the wire all the way down to the connection. Unplug that connection, plug your new one in, and then just go ahead, or just run your cables through, and then connect them in the proper slots. Because if you hook something up the wrong way, that could either cause a spark, or that can cause your computer to catch fire. You can do a lot of serious damage to your computer if you hook it up the wrong way, guys. So always make sure to check your connections. even even better, if it comes down to it, guys, if you're working on your own PC and if you're having to replace a part, make sure that you get your replacements when you go to take a part out. Make sure to have that on video, so then therefore you can go back and review that video and be able to replace that part with ease. So therefore, if you happen to lose your train of thought, you can go back and review the video. Oh, okay, this part goes here, this connection goes here. But there could be some mistakes that could be made that could be very, very costly. So now if it comes down to replacing your CPU, it's very simple. If you pull the CPU out and there's like a certain type of paste on there that's called thermal paste, use the exact same application and try to make absolutely sure that you do not get that thermal paste inside of those pin slots. Because if you get that thermal paste in your pin slots, your computer will not function correctly. So use a generous amount, just don't overdo it. So when you apply the thermal paste, you don't have to smear it around. You don't actually have to smear it around. Once you apply that directly in there, once you have everything seated properly, that thermal paste will basically smear itself. It'll spread itself out. So Always make sure that you have the right amount of thermal paste. If you don't know exactly how to apply the thermal paste, there are other YouTube videos that can show you exactly how to do that properly. Now, speaking of Xboxes, there have been some people that has gotten Xboxes that they've taken apart because they're experienced with that, and they'll see it. And a lot of these techs, what they'll do is they'll buy like different gaming systems in bulk, and they'll take it apart. Oh wow, this guy used this. Why did he put this here? Why did he? See what I'm saying? So when you're applying a thermal paste to something, make sure that you just put like a straight line all the way down, and just be careful of how fast that this stuff is coming out. You don't want it to come out too fast. You just want it just enough to just kind of go down like this. And when you press that together, it should just basically spread itself out. So there is the right amount, there's the wrong amount. If you use the wrong amount of it, you're using too much, that can actually get it down into your pin connects. And that's something you definitely don't want to happen, because that can cause your computer to malfunction very quickly. And that can go south very fast. So if you're using thermal paste, make sure that you're applying the right amount to it. If you're not sure how to do that, look it up on YouTube. There are videos that will show you exactly how to do that. So YouTube, huge shout out to you. If it weren't for if it weren't for your guys' platform, there would be a lot of people kind of scratching their heads wondering, okay, how much of this do I use? How much of that do I use? YouTube is always a good solution, guys, gals. YouTube can also be your best friend. So always make sure that you know somebody who has experience with this type of this line of work here. If there's something that you don't know much about, feel free to ask. Closed mouths don't get fed, guys. The more knowledge you have, the more wisdom you gain. Because wisdom, at the end of the day, guys, is power. The more knowledge you have equals wisdom. Wisdom equals power. So take it as you see fit. That's the best advice I could pretty much give y'all. Um, like I said, there's two ways to do things: the right way, the wrong way. Always pay attention to detail, guys, because if you do something wrong, that can always come back and bite you in the long run. Make sure that you do everything correctly, especially when it comes to computers. Now, if you're working on the old school, the OG PlayStations, the old thick versions, there's no thermal paste. There's none of this, none of that. So get you an old PlayStation, the thick ones, and basically take one apart. Plug it in first. Make sure, plug it in. If it works, unplug it, take it apart, put it back together the exact same way that you've taken that system apart. You do it the right way, your system will run as the day that you bought it, brand new. That's facts. Because how I know that is because I have rebuilt several of those. I've had an issue with one of my laser lenses. It wasn't functioning accurately, so I had I had like three other PlayStation units. I've taken two of them apart. Actually, I took one apart if I needed a part for one, and I knew that one had a bad part in it. I just took that, set that off to the side. I grabbed the one that was not functional, that actually had a good controller port. I took the controller port out, switched it over, put it into the other one. Got everything all set. Got everything all set. Everything was all right there. I put it back together. My ex-wife, when I was married at the time, she kind of doubted me. She said, "I don't know if I should. I don't know if I plug that in if I were you." I said, "Well, there's only one way to find out." So as soon as I got done rebuilding it, I plugged it back in, turned it back on, and that thing worked like a champ. I looked over at my ex-wife, and she just kind of sat there, looked at me like, "What?" I just kind of sat there, looked back at her, and I had a really big smile on my face. She's like, "Wow." She didn't know that I actually had. Um, she didn't know that I actually had experience with electronics, guys. So that was something that I kind of proved to her. So she just kind of sat back. She's like, obviously, he knows what he's doing. So yeah, I do have a lot of I do have experience with electronics, guys. And the first thing I basically learned to do, the first electronic that I worked on was a speaker box. I had a 15-inch subwoofer, tweeter, input, high input, low output, stuff like that, bass, treble, all this, that, and the other. All the wires were cut completely in half. I basically put all the wires back together. I stayed up all night doing that because it was my first time doing something that dramatic. And there was like a ton of wires, guys. I was basically sitting twisting, looking at the wires, looking at the color coding, and all the color codings on the wires itself were completely different. So I looked for the ones that actually had the exact same markings, the exact same numbers, put those together, twisted them, put it all back together, plugged it in, turned on my stereo system, turned it up a little bit, and that speaker box worked as if it were brand new. So you always got to pay attention to what you're doing, because if you don't, it's very simple to mess something up. Oh, excuse me. So that's basically the best advice that I can give you guys. And yes, at one point in time, I was married, but I'm no longer been. I'm no longer married. Haven't been that way since 2006. So it's always good to take your time with certain things, guys. Don't get yourself in too far of a rush. If there's something that you don't know much about, if it comes to wires and stuff like that, always make sure that you have the proper wire caps. Always cap your wires. You just put your caps on, turn them. Once they're no longer turning, that's fine. Just take your caps, fold them over. Like you can use electric tape. You don't have to use electric tape, but myself, that's exactly what I did. Is I taped them up and went from there. So, and the reason why I use electric tape is because electric tape is also heat resistant. And if you guys are ever thinking about using regular paper tape for for electronics, that my honest opinion on that, I would not do that because that's a very, very, very bad idea. Because say for instance, if something sparks and it catches one of those fibers in that electric tape or electric tape, the paper tape, that could potentially cause a fire. So you always use electric tape, guys, when it comes to wiring. Always look at your color coding on your wiring and reconnect it to the exact same wire that it was cut from. If need be, you can always use a heat gun and basically remove the wire, replace it, But just know exactly where you remove the wire from and put that exact same wire, reconnect it back to its same spot. Make sure that you have a little bit of slack on your wiring because you don't want your wires to be like really super tight. But just try to keep them all together, keep them nice and neat. And that's basically what I did. When I had the color coatings and stuff like that, I basically took the wire caps out and applied the right ones. Like if I had red on, if I had like a red and white striped one, I'd take a red one. I would just, or if I had red wires, I just put red on red, blue on blue, green on green. You guys get the idea. So just make sure, like I said, that you guys know exactly what it is you're doing because it's very simple to make a mistake. And that mistake could be very, very costly. So if you guys don't know what you're doing, try to get in touch with someone who does. And if you guys definitely do need, if you guys would like my assistance on anything with like a couple minor projects around the house, like wiring, stuff, not wire. Well, when it comes to certain wires from electronics, feel free to let me know. And I will try to get back with an answer to you guys as quickly as I possibly can. I can pretty much give you some tips and so forth of how to do that. But just note for the records that there are different wires that actually do have two different color codings on them. One could be half red, one could be half white, one could be like a green and orange, green and yellow. So depending on the wire, look for that exact same wire. If you find it, connect it. But just make sure that it goes to the right, make sure you're connecting the right cable or right wire to that system because the mistake can be very catastrophic. So again, guys, if you do have questions or anything that you'd like to add, or if you have any type of comments that you would like to make, feel free, drop them over here in the chats, or you guys know the drill. Put them down below in the comment section, and I will definitely check the end of the live stream to see if you guys actually do have questions. If you do have them, I haven't replied back. I will get to your question shortly after the live stream, guys. So I definitely do want to thank you guys again for your understanding. And hopefully I answer everybody's questions to their satisfactory because answering questions, I'm basically going to let you know what I believe would be the best possible answer. That's basically what I'm going to give you. But I'm not one of those type of people that's basically just going to give you an answer what I think you want to hear. I'm just basically going to come out with a direct answer. If you ask me a direct question, I'm going to give you a direct answer. So I'm going to be very informative on that as well. So hopefully that does help you guys out quite a bit. But for the most part, guys, I've done this for quite some time. This is not exactly my first song and dance. So hopefully at the end of the day, guys, hopefully you guys have actually learned something. And if you found this to be useful, let's go ahead and hit that. If you guys found this to be very useful and you want to see more content, or if you'd like to know more about electronics, hit that thumbs up, smash that heart button. That does actually help to go to support the channel. And I would definitely be very appreciative of that if you guys could actually do that for me. I greatly, greatly respect that. But if you guys find this to be a little boring and say for instance you decide not to, you guys are free range humans. If it does help you and you do hit that thumbs up, big thank you to each and every single one of you that actually have hit that thumbs up and that heart button. I definitely do appreciate that. So huge shout out to you guys as well. I definitely want to thank you again. Sometimes I just can't thank you guys enough. So for everyone else who's been viewing my channels, if you for viewing my channel, if you guys have actually missed the live stream at the end, all is welcome. I definitely do appreciate the views. I definitely do appreciate everything that you guys have done immensely. It's not all about me, guys. It's about you guys, the viewers. So big special thank you to each and every single one of you. I'm definitely kind of hoping to get a lot more interaction here on the channel, guys. Let's try to get this channel to blow up. Let's try to get up to at least, we've already made it past 1,000 views, guys. I definitely do want to thank you as well for this once again. And I definitely do sincerely appreciate this more than you guys will ever know. So anyway, I will also be doing some more camping, or not camping, but I will be doing some more survival stuff for you guys here on the channel as well. I will definitely be showing you guys exactly how to reseal a glass jar. It is very simple. So I'm going to be doing some survival stuff on here probably sometime this week. I think Tuesday would be perfect for that. So I'm definitely going to be showing you guys some more survival skills and stuff like that, things to know and what to do, and basically get the best use of survival. Because I know there's been a couple comments in the past that they wanted to see more survival stuff. So I'm definitely going to be doing a lot more survival stuff on here. But just note for the records, guys, Saturday nights or Saturday night live streams, I will be doing PSAs on Saturday. Probably survival and some other stuff. I'll kind of be switching it up through the weekdays and see how many people I can actually get in here, see how many people actually join the chats and so forth. So if there's more information and stuff that you would like to know more about, feel free to hit the chats up. Feel free to light them up, guys. Let's get these chats lit up. So I'm definitely going to be doing that this coming weekend. As a matter of fact, I've had some past training in my time. There are some things that I can actually tell you guys. There's other things on here that I'm not going to be able to discuss due to certain classifications and certain things. But survival skills, I can talk to you guys all day about survival. But I'll just put it this way, guys. When it comes to survival skills and tactics, I was trained by the best. So there you go. And there's some other tactics that can also be used as well. So if you guys are camping and if you guys are out there surviving, just as skills and so forth, and you don't have a compass with you, for example, guys, basically going to give you a quick example of this. The sun rises at the east and it drops to the west. So if the sun is rising towards the east and your shoulder is actually facing the direction that the sun is actually rising, you are heading south. Now, if the sun is directly on your back during the time that it's rising, you are facing west. So now if the sun is going down and that's right behind you, you're facing east. And if the sun is rising and it's off to your right shoulder, you're heading north. So a 360-degree rotation, if you broke that down 8 different ways, you got north, northwest, no, north, northeast, east, southeast, south, or east, southeast, south, west, southwest, west, north, or west, northwest. That's broke down 8 different ways, guys. You can break it down 4 different ways: north, south, east, and west. Or if you're advanced with direction, you can break it down 8 different. You can actually break it down 8 different ways. So say you're facing north, and you got the sun rising off to the left side of your shoulder on your, not the left side, but your right shoulder. You're facing north, but if you turn 45 degrees from zero, you turn 45 degrees, you'll be facing either west northwest or east, or yeah, west northwest or east northeast. That's from a 0-degree radius. You can also use a stick. You can drive a stick into the ground and you can make your markings on the ground from the top of the shadow of that stick directly onto the ground. So where the shadow stops is where you make your mark. That's how you can do that. Because because you can either look at the sky to tell where the true North Star is, or you can use the stick method to determine the direction that you're heading. But always remember where the sun rises to where the sun falls. A lot of this may be a little bit time consuming when it comes to teaching people directions if you don't know your sense of direction. It depends on what part of the country you're in, but if you're like in the centralized area of the country, a lot of your moss grows usually on the north end of the tree or south end of the tree, depending on, like I said, depends on where you're at. Look for the moss. You can look for tree moss, or you can use the stick method. Stick method, I think, will be a lot easier for those of you who don't know, because that shadow, depending on where the sun is actually setting, if it's right above you, it should be a real short shadow between that stick and the ground. That shadow should probably be about, it should be within a should be short of, it should be within a foot's range. So if you measure that, you take a measurement of the shadow where it ends to where the stick is. You can measure it that way, or there's other ways you can do it too, guys. But I would have to say the stick method would be very simple if you know exactly what you're doing. Or just use the direction of the sun. You can take a quick glimpse up at it, determine where it's at, depends on where, and watch it from that time to watch to where the sun falls. If it's too hot in the day to travel, guys, travel by night. And try to get you some sleep in between. If you guys are taking the long routes, try to set up some checkpoints. So if you're traveling, check your coordinates, set up a resting, look for a place to rest at, set that as your checkpoint for your resting ordinance. And always watch your sense of direction. And if you guys are into a state that you are just, if you guys moved into a state that actually has wildlife, study the wildlife first. Get to know what type of animals, wild animals, are out and about in that area through the whole state. So therefore, you guys can actually maintain and be safe, and don't ever have to, and probably don't have to worry about being attacked. Usually, if an animal does attack, it's because it's provoked, or it could be also territorial. So always be sure to know exactly where you're going, how far you're traveling, and always be safe during the time of your travels. So, guys, all together, when it comes to me traveling on foot, I have traveled right around close to about 1,500 miles. So if you guys actually look on the ground, you guys can actually pick up loose change and stuff like that. You can go in, buy yourself some water. Save your water bottles, guys. Rinse them out really good. If you go in between towns, know exactly the distance of how close the nearest town is. Fill up at every single town that you stop at, or fill up at every other town. So therefore you cover more grounds while traveling or hiking. But depending on how hot it's going to be, always check the forecast, guys, because sometimes it could be really super hot. How well do I know? I was out when I was hiking from Illinois to Detroit. This was kind of a mistake on my part, but I learned. 92-degree weather, guys. Always make sure to have a cover on your head. What I mean by cover is a hat. So if you guys are out hiking, make sure that you are wearing long sleeve shirts because of the ticks. People say that you can get Lyme disease from ticks. That's not exactly true. So if you do get a tick on you guys, make sure that you grab the tick by the head and you just pull him out, because a tick will actually bury themselves into your skin. You always grab the head. Grab the tick by the head, but with a set of tweezers, grab him by the head and you just pull him out. If you grab him by the abdomen, big mistake. Because that tick, whatever it's feeding, whatever it's basically, it depends on. If you grab a tick by the abdomen, you're going to make that tick literally get sick while it's embedded in you. So that can cause a major sickness that could potentially become life-threatening. So always grab a tick by the head, guys, and pull it out slowly. So just be careful of what you're doing. Always be aware of the areas that you're in. Look up the wildlife. Look up what type of wild animals that they have. Look up the type of snakes that may be involved with the states. So if there is a poisonous snake, your best bet is if you got a rattlesnake next to you and he's got his little rattler going, move away slowly. Back off slowly because he's warning you if you come any closer that he's going to bite you. So always back up, move away slowly. And once you're at a safe distance, that rattlesnake's tail should possibly stop rattling. So that's the snake's way of saying, smart move. You're wise. So when you hear a rattlesnake's tail going, he's basically warning you not to come any closer. So that's the first indicator right there of a rattlesnake. You also have cottonmouths. Those are also poison. Some of those could be poisonous. I'd say the vast majority of them are poisonous. But if you are face to face with a poisonous snake, just back away nice and slow until you're at a safe distance. Then once you're at a safe distance, move away from that snake or he'll just move away from you. Or you'll both split. You'll both part ways there. Once that's been established, you're good to go. Travel by daytime, but be stationary at nighttime. But a snake will only attack if they're threatened or if you step on one. That's only if they're provoked, guys. So if you guys are out and about and you're just out camping, if you guys are out hiking at nighttime, be sure to have a light with you. Be sure to put your light in front of you so you can actually see what's going on around you. So if there is a poisonous snake, let that snake pass by first and then go about your way. So then therefore what that does, that prevents you from being attacked by a poisonous snake. So if you guys do have questions, comments, or concerns about anything that I just mentioned, feel free to let me know in the comments or drop a comment in the chats, guys. So it's always best to watch what you're doing out there because mostly at night, mostly snakes, they'll try to get away from you. It's less likely that they'll attack you unless they're provoked. If they see you as a threat, then yes, they're going to warn you. Hey, back off. You're too close. So once you back away slowly and you're at a good safe distance, that snake is going to go about his business. So always remember that, guys. Or if you do happen to go hiking, you can always wear soccer shin guards too. Or wear some type of plastic shielding that'll cover your shins, that'll cover your that'll cover your leg, basically. So therefore, it'd be less likely to get bit by a poisonous snake. So anyway, I hope that information right there does help you guys out immensely. If you'd like to see more stuff like this, or if you guys would like to know more about survival and camping and so forth, feel free to drop a comment in the comment section down below, or feel free to join me in the chats, guys. So there you have it. I have to readjust my wiring here, guys. Um, but for the most part, if you guys are hiking a very long distance, be smart out there, be safe out there, and always watch your surroundings. Have a plan, have a backup plan. So if something goes south, you guys will be prepped, ready to go. Always be sure to carry something protection wise. Rather, it would be like I'll just say a basic tool, not one of these type of tools, because not all states will allow certain people to carry those in certain states. Always keep, always keep a pocket knife or something on you. And if possible, sometimes if it's hot during the daytime, travel by night. And if you find a gas station or something open, go in there, run the water for a minute or so, fill up, and then just go about your business. If they'll let you get water from there, or if you have some change accumulated in your pockets, you guys can also fill up that way too. Get you a couple bottles of water. Save your plastic bottles. Rinse them out after you're done using them for the first time. Rinse them out. I'd say lukewarm to cool water. Don't. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend using anything higher than that or hotter than that. Just lukewarm to cool water. Shake up the bottle. Take the cap off. Dump it out. Fill it back up. Dry it off. Put that in your backpack and try to be very conservative on your water supply, guys, because that's the most important thing. Hydration is the major key to a good hike. Trust me, I've done it, been there, done that. So always make sure that you stop in and get you some snacks or something light. Always pack light, guys. Never pack anything more than what your back can handle. Um, As a matter of fact, I've never been in the military myself, but boot camp, they will train you. And when you're training in boot camp, they tell you always pack light. So in case there's ever a situation to where you actually have to bug out of that certain area, you can get out of there a lot quicker with a light pack compared to what you can with a heavy pack on your back. So always pack light, guys. Always be fully aware of your surroundings. Have a plan. That don't work, have a backup plan. So therefore, you're not becoming a potential victim of any type of circumstances. But I am basically a second generation military in my family. My grandfather served in the United States Army. My dad served in the United States Army. My grandfather served in Vietnam. My dad served in Korea. I've also got a friend of mine who's also a U.S. Marine. So, again, huge shout out to our military, huge shout out to our law enforcement, and definitely a big shout out to all of our first responders, EMTs, firefighters. Keep up the good work. You guys rock. So I definitely have to show my respect for all and for all of our fallen soldiers who is not fortunate enough to come home. Let's make sure that we keep those soldiers in our thoughts. And if you guys do pray, keep those in your prayers too. So, anyway, it is what it is, guys. Um, it's oh, so let's make sure that we show our respects to all of our military, our first responders, and so forth, because these are people out here that are basically that are doing their jobs, and some of those are doing a spectacular job at what they do. So big shout out to all you guys out there. Keep up the good work. And so forth. So guys, that's basically how I learned how to it's basically where I learned all my survival is from friends that are military or former it's basically military and so forth. I've learned a lot from them. Uh, our veterans, they're really cool people. You guys can also learn a lot from your veterans as well if you guys are out and about, you guys are hiking and so forth. There are certain things that you can actually do. Say if you do have say for instance, if you do come across poison ivy, guys, don't don't fret, don't freak out. There is a plant that you can use. You can find those next to a set of railroad tracks, or you can find those in very deep wooded areas and so forth. I'm going to look this up. I'm basically going to look for the plant itself. I'm going to show you guys exactly what it is. Tell you what, I'm going to give you some advice on how to use this correctly and so forth. So just bear with me for a moment, guys, while I look for this picture. And hopefully this does help you guys out immensely. So this will, wait a minute. Nope, that's not what I'm looking for. It doesn't matter what type of training that you have. Always be sure to brush up on everything that you know, everything that you were taught. And always, like I said, always pay attention to your surroundings. So I'm actually still looking for the picture, guys. So once I find it, I will show you exactly what this is. I learned this from a guy who's a combat medic, United States Army. Really cool guy. Here it is right here. Guys, if you ever do get poison ivy, use this plant right here. If you see the plant that's got the yellow bulbs, wherever you get the poison ivy, all right, you take one of these leaves, you rip it in half, and you wipe that on the area that you came in contact with the poison ivy. So what this plant right here will do, it has its own enzyme to where it will counter the effects of the poison ivy before you start breaking out into a rash, start itching. So what that's going to do, that's going to kill any toxin from, or it's going to kill any oil residue from that. And this right here will actually reverse the effects of the poison ivy before it sets in. So again, guys, I'll tell you again, for those of you who missed it, look for this plant right here, and the top of the plant itself, look for the yellow bulb. You grab the leaf that's closest to the bottom. You tear a leaf off of that. You rip the leaf in half and you wipe that across the poison ivy site, and that will that will actually stop you from getting the effects of the poison ivy. So again, I hope this video, hope this live stream does in fact help you guys out. I hope you guys learned quite a bit. If so, let's get a hashtag in the chats. Info. So if you guys ever do come in contact, just remember what I said. Always keep that in mind, guys. I learned that directly from a United States Army combat veteran or field medic. So, and for that veteran, for that guy that I actually mentioned, his name is Jesse. So Jesse, if you're watching this, huge shout out to you, brother. Definitely do appreciate that. Oh no, it wasn't Jesse. I'm sorry. It was another guy. I can't remember his name offhand, but and I think Jesse told me about that too at one time. He's also a military medic. He's a combat vet. He came home PTSD. A lot of veterans that I know, actually, when they did get discharged from the military, they were discharged because of PTSD. It was basically a general discharge. So, huge shout out to all of our veterans. Huge shout out to huge shout out to our law enforcement. Huge shout out to our first responders. You guys rock. I definitely do appreciate you guys' services. And again, guys, if you happen to see a veteran out and about, let's show our love and let's show our love and support. Let's go up, shake their hands, and thank them for their wonderful services that they have actually provided. Because that right there, I know for a fact would actually make their day, and a lot of veterans would be very proud that they're getting the acknowledgement that they deserve. Because there's been quite a few veterans that have not got the proper respect that they deserve. And we all know where that's coming from. That goes back to Vietnam. So for anybody who has disrespected our veterans, shame on you. For everyone else who has actually shown our love and support for our veterans, I commend you guys for that. Huge shout out to everyone who showed love and support to all of our veterans, military, law enforcement. I don't know if first responders would actually be getting veterans benefits. That's kind of iffy, so I guess I'll have to look that up and research that. But usually for most of our armed forces, Army, Navy, Marines, National Guard, Coast Guard, and Air Force. Huge shout out to each and every single one of you. As always, guys, we got about 5 minutes left on the stream. So for any veteran who's actually watching my live stream, my salute to you as well. Much love, much respect. I definitely do want to thank you guys again for your service. And also, I definitely do appreciate the fact that you guys have upheld our United States Constitution. Big shout out to you guys as well. And also for our Constitution, gotta love that document. The Declaration of Independence and the Bill of Rights. Guys, I will also be doing a video on our Constitution as well. So if you guys do, in fact, would like to know more about our constitutional rights and so forth, I will definitely put that on the next. I'll put that on Tuesday night's live stream, and Thursday I will be doing survival. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to break everything down in segments, guys, and so forth. And most of all, I definitely do want to show my love and support to our military and for our law officers that are upholding the Constitution. Big shout out to you guys. Also, for the law enforcement here in the city that I'm in, big shout out to you guys. I definitely do appreciate that. You guys are you guys are awesome. I definitely do appreciate that once again. And guys, let's go ahead and give our respect where respect is due, because our military, these people have put their lives on the line. So kudos to our veterans. Big shout out to each and every single one of you. Regardless of what branch you served, this shout out is for you. Much love, much respect. I definitely do want to take the time to thank you guys again for serving our great beloved country. And for our Marines, Semper Fidelis. Hoorah. For our United States Navy fair winds, smooth sailing. And it is getting pretty close to time for me to wrapping this up, guys. For our veterans, I love you guys. I definitely do appreciate all the love and support that you've actually shown this country. Our Marines, fantastic job, outstanding. Hoorah. And for our United States Army, hooah. I definitely do want to take the time to show my patriotism here on YouTube channel, guys, because I've actually went to my grandfather's funeral when he had passed away. Unfortunately, this was over 7 years ago, but hey, I stood there with honor guard. I basically gave a salute during the 21 gun salute as well. So I definitely showed my true respect for our veterans. And we'll talk about this on another live stream, guys. But until then, it is now 9:30. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I definitely do want to thank you guys again for being a part of the channel. And for those of you guys who would like to see more exclusive content like this, I will definitely be bringing more content to you guys here on the channel. That being said, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and get subscribed for more content. Be sure to turn on all those wonderful bell notifications so therefore you'll always be able to stay up to date and be notified during the time of this recording. But until then, as always, stay safe, stay sharp, stay frosty, and most of all, wait for it, stay vigilant. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.